Okay, hi and welcome again. Finally, we are on the last topic for cognitive learning theories. But then again, still, ito ay first chapter pa lamang doon sa included para sa midterms. Pero at least we are already almost done sa chapter na ito. Okay, cognitive learning theory. So, let's have a short recall kung ano yung meron ng mga theories sa cognitive learning theories. First is cognitive development theory by John Piaget. Second one is what? Sociocultural development theory by Lev Vygotsky. Third is information processing theory by George Miller. And finally, we have problem solving and creativity. Are you ready? Let's start. Okay. So, a problem arises when there is a difference between where you are now and where you want to be. No? So, say for example that you wanted to graduate, pero in between, no, your goal and where you are now, marami of course yung mga possible na maging hadlang for you to reach your goal. So, that is problem. There is a goal to be reached through some action on your part, but how to get there is not immediately apparent. Presence of an obstacle or block toward attainment of that goal. So that is what I call the problem. Nakuha? So later on, we will discuss bakit parang biglaang a change of the topic. Kasi previously, more likely on the different cognitive learning theories yung pinag-uusapan natin. And yet here, nandun na tayo nag-focus sa problem. Okay, so later, problem solving happens when an individual strives to eliminate the obstacle that hinders the attainment of the desired goal. So, nangyayari daw yung problem solving kapag kayong isang tao, isang individual, sinusubukan niyang ma-resolve lahat ng nagiging block or hindrance sa kanya para ma-reach niya yung kanyang goal. Okay, then, if no obstacle hinders progress toward the goal, then attaining the goal is no problem. So, kung walang problema na nagbablock, no, or walang any hindrance na nagbablock sa yung pag-abot doon sa yung goal, then more likely there is no problem. Okay? So, here, problem solving refers to cognitive processing directed at achieving a goal for which the problem solver does not initially know a solution method. So we have here the elements of problem solving scenario. First is the current state, where you are now, yung block or yung obstacle, then your desired goal. Now, what is the relevance of problem solving in cognitive development theory? So if you can still remember, when we are solving problems, ano yung nag-work sa atin? Our cognitive, right? And more likely, we are using our analytical skills, critical skills, problem-solving skills, and a lot more. Kaya, naisama yung problem-solving sa cognitive development theory. And with the 21st century na classroom, kailangan na ma-develop natin yung problem-solving skills sa ating mga learners. Nakuha? Kasi before, no, learners are not exposed to real-life problems. Kaya yung nangyayari, kapag nasa actual na sila na problema, hindi nila alam kung ano yung gagawin nila since they are not equipped or hindi sila na-train for them to resolve that particular problem. So, tayo, as future teachers, kailangan that we are able to equip, we are able to help our students develop their problem-solving skills so that hindi lang puros concepts yung natututunan nila sa classroom, but rather, we are already preparing them cognitively doon sa actual, doon sa real-life scenario, real-life situation na pwedeng mangyari sa kanilang buhay. Say, for example, in your part, no? We are not only teaching you the concepts, the ideas, for all this prof eds and the subjects that you have, but rather, we are aiming to prepare you and to equip you for real life situations. Say for example, yung inyong workload. Okay? If you can observe, your workload is very different from your workload when you are a high school student and elementary. Why? Because the reality, after ninyong makagraduate sa inyong course, mas higit pa sa nararanasan ninyo ngayon. Okay? Yung stress, yung workload, na pwede ninyong maranasan kapag kayo ay nasa field na ng teaching. The reality is, teaching, yes, is the noblest profession, pero at the same time, ito rin yung pinaka-challenging. Okay? Kasi it takes sacrifice ni teacher na para sa kanya mga estudyante and a lot more. So, kung ano man yung ipinapa-experience namin sa inyo, hindi yon para pahirapan kayo. No, it's not. But rather, kung ano yung activities na binibigay namin sa inyo, that is for you to be equipped, nakuha, for your future. So please, I do hope and pray na naintindihan natin to, and let's not see these situations in a negative side. Always remember, no? Hindi namin gusto na pahirapan kayo, but rather, we want you to be equipped and to be prepared for your future. Okay? Next slide. Now, here are 4 major elements of problem solving. Okay, ano ba yung meron sa problem solving? We have 4. First is the cognitive. Since sabi nga natin, problem solving involves the brain. Di ba sabi natin kanina? Process. Now, when we are trying to solve a problem, tayo ay nag-iisip or gumagamit ng iba't ibang proseso. Directed. Okay, so kapag tayo ay nag-resolve ng problem, meron tayong goal na gustong ma-reach. And lastly, personal, no? It could be yung prior experience or yung previous experience ay ginagamit natin to resolve the current problem. Now, when we say cognitive, problem solving occurs within the problem solver's cognitive system and can only be inferred indirectly from the problem solver's behavior. Okay? So, more likely, isa sa mga elements na ginagamit natin in problem solving, of course, is our brain. Sabi nga natin, we need to develop our analytical skills, critical thinking skills, problem solving skills, which is more likely sa ating mind or sa ating brain or sa ating cognitive. Okay? Kasi we might find it difficult to solve a problem if yung ating concepts, ideas, no, knowledge is not enough to resolve the problem. So, cognitive is one element of problem solving. Second, process. Now, when we are trying to solve a problem, we should follow a process. Nakuha? Though, sometimes it could be planned or unplanned. Pwedeng plinano mo or hindi mo plinano, but still, may ginagawa ka or may sinusunod kang process para ma-resolve yung problem. Nakuha? Say for example, in the current situation that you have now, nakita mo, merong block or merong hindrance sa pag-achieve mo noong goal. So, anong iniisip mo? Anong ginagawa mo? So, gumagawa ka ngayon ng plano, though it could be step by step or it could be iba-iba. Depende naman yun doon sa pamamaraan mo, but still, we are following a process. Okay? So, problem solving involves mental computations in which some operation is applied to a mental representation. Third, directed. We are driven in achieving our goal. Problem solving is aimed at achieving a goal. So, directed. Siyempre, walang magiging problema kung wala kang goal na gustong ma-achieve at kung walang block para ma-achieve mo yung goal na yon. And of course, the last one is personal. Problem solving depends on the existing knowledge, prior experience, prior knowledge of the problem solver so that what is a problem from one problem solver may not be a problem for someone who already knows a solution for or method. Okay, so personal, it could be na-experience mo na yung problem. So, more likely kapag encounter mo ulit yung problema na yun, that becomes, hindi na siya naging problema sa'yo. Kasi nga na-experience mo na, alam mo na siya kung paano mo isi-solve. Nakuha. Pero, it could be a problem to other people kasi baka hindi pa nila na-encounter. So, personal, your prior experience, okay? O yung iyong existing knowledge regarding the problem. So, those were the 4 major elements of problem solving: cognitive, process, directed, and personal. Okay, next. So, we have here 2 types of problems. Nakuha? So, meron tayong dalawang type ng problem. It could be well-defined or ill-defined. Nakuha? Ano ba ibig sabihin kapag sinabi nating well-defined? So, ito yung type of problem wherein provided lahat ng information required to solve it. Kumbaga, you are well aware, no? Alam na alam mo kung saan nagmula yung problema, ano yung mga factors that affects the problem, and what are the possible solutions to that problem. Well-defined. A problem requiring the application of a definite number of concepts, rules, and principles being studied to a constrained problem situation. Say, for example, sa pagpa-plant, no? So, given sa isang plot, kaya lang niya makapag-tanim ng mga 5 na plant. So, since meron ka ng background knowledge regarding area, no? Then, length, width, then, kung paano mag-measure, so more likely, that is well-defined problem. Bakit? Kasi alam mo na kung ano yung mga pwedeng solution na pwede mong gamitin, idea and concepts na pwede mong may apply to resolve the problem. Okay? It tells you whether or not there is only one answer or solution or there might be many solutions. Say, for example, in solving sa math, right? It could be, sa isang tingin mo lang sa problem, ma-identify mo isa yung solution, or it could be many or marami yung solution na pwede mong magamit to resolve the problem. Also, in experimentation, it could be na kaya nga tayo may tinatawag na hypothesis kasi parang meron ka ng advanced thinking or parang may naiisip ka na sa mga posibleng mangyayari kasi meron ka ng prior knowledge, existing knowledge, or meron ka ng concepts, rules, and principles na alam to resolve yung inyong pag-experiment. So, that is a well-defined problem. Nakuha ba? Okay, ill-defined. It is a problem, type of a problem wherein the initial state of the problem is given, pero the goal state looks like is not provided. The information needed to solve it is not expressed. Okay, so ito yung mga challenging na problem wherein we are very clueless. Nakuha? Sa goal, sa mga process na pwede natin gamitin, the solution to the problem is multifaceted as there is an interplay of social, political, religious, social, psychosocial, psychological issues to consider in arriving at the solution. Okay, so marami pang considerations at dahil sa napakalawak nga, no, na mga nag-i-interplay doon sa problem, so nahihirapan kang ma-identify kung ano ba talaga yung problem at yung mga factors that affect the problem. Then there is a possibility of getting many correct response. Okay? So that is what you call ill-defined. Well-defined, there might be one, identified mo kung ano yung solution or pwede siyang maraming solution. Or ito ba ay alam natin yung mga factors that affects the problem, yung process na gagamitin, alam natin, yung solution. Samantalang sa ill-defined, dahil nga sa napakalawak ng range, no? Sa isang problem, there might be another problem that might arise and another problem that might arise and we can arrive at many possible correct answers. So that is ill-defined type of a problem. Next is, we have here the different approaches to problem solving. So kung kanina, we have 2 types of problems, right? We have the well-defined problem and the ill-defined problem here, kung ano naman yung approach na pwede natin gamitin in problem solving. Now, this might be in general. Okay? This is not a specific naman approach to problem solving. So, categorization lang siya. It could be behaviorist approach or gestaltist approach. Kasi marami naman tayong pamamaraan on how to solve a problem. Maybe in a classroom problem solving, real life problem solving, any of which, ito yung karaniwan natin ginagamit. So, behaviorist approach. Reproducing a previous behavior to solve a problem. Kapag sinabing behaviorist approach, yung previous na ginamit nating strategy, ginagamit ulit natin siya kasi we think of that strategy as effective. Nakuha? Say for example, sa bahay, real life, ito na problema. Sa bahay, naiwan mo yung susi at hindi mo na alam ngayon kung paano bubuksan yung pinto. Ngayon, previously, you have identified na pwede ka palang dumaan sa meron kayong bintana na pwedeng tanggalin lang siya sandali at ibalik ulit. Okay? So, pwede ka doong pumasok. Ngayon, encountering the same problem pero sa ibang bahay naman, sabihin natin, so, naisip mo agad, ay, itry natin tignan yung bintana if just in case mag-work siya doon. Kasi yun yung ginawa ko nung nalock yung bahay namin. So, let's try. No, it could be of your friends or your family's house na nalock din. So, itatry mo yung pumasok through the window kasi yun yung ginawa mo previously sa inyong bahay nung nalock. So, that is behaviorist approach. Using the previous behavior, the previous solution to solve the current problem. A person faced with a problem situation is likely to use the same solution previously used. Nakuha yung main words. Ginagamit daw yung same solution na ginamit before and was effective in the past. Bakit mo siya ginagamit ulit kung sakaling nagkaroon ng problema? Kasi nga, you find the previous solution effective. So that is behaviorist approach. Second one is the gestaltist approach. So when we say gestaltist approach, it is the productive process. As the individual ponders upon how to solve a problem, a flash, parang, ay, ganon, parang biglan, aha, okay, a flash of an idea comes to mind, which eventually provides the best solution to the problem. Have you experienced that one? No? When you are faced with a difficult problem, no? It could be financially, sabi natin, nagkulang yung pera mo at hindi mo alam kung anong gagawin mo. Isip ka ng isip ng mga solution na pwedeng gawin pero parang alanganin. Tapos biglang parang nagpa-pop up. Yung usually nga ginagamit sa cartoons na parang merong bulb na nag-light parang ting! So that is what you call the gestaltist approach. Illustrates eureka moment. So, what is eureka? Aha, moment. Okay, parang there is a flash, bigla ang idea na pumapasok sa isip, no? Kaya, nakaka-resolve ka ng problem. Moment a person realizes or solves something. Nakuha? Kaya siya tinawag na gestaltist approach. The eureka moment or aha, no? A sudden flash of an idea that is a solution to the problem. Behaviorist approach is the use of a previously known solution to the current problem. Then gestaltist approach is the eureka moment, aha, parang ting moment, okay? Bigla ang may pagpasok ng idea to your mind. So those were the two approaches to problem solving. Now here, we have the cycle to problem solving. Okay? So, cycle lang siya kasi depende naman siya. Say, for example, initially, we are able to resolve the problem. No? So, hindi na kailangan bumalik. Pero if you find it, para siyang nagiging trial and error. No? Kapag kayong first na strategy to problem solving did not work, so, uulit ka ulit. You are to identify problems and opportunities. So, aalamin mo muna kung ano yung problema at kung ano yung pwedeng gamitin na opportunities to resolve the problem. Define the goals. Ano ba yung mga dapat mong ma-achieve? Okay? explore possible strategies. So, aalamin mo na ngayon kung anong strategies na gagamitin mo in problem solving. Anticipate the outcomes and act. So, hindi ka lang syempre magpaplano, hindi ka lang mag-iisip ng strategies, kundi gagawin mo to resolve the problem. Then, i-evaluate mo or i-assess mo, is my strategy effective? Is the problem resolved? Okay, then, kapag ito ay okay na, then, that's it. If just in case not, then iisip ka ulit ng panibago. Okay? I-identify mo ulit, ano ba yung problem? Ano ba yung iba pang possible opportunities? So, that is the problem-solving cycle. Okay? So, first step is to identify the problem and the opportunities. Determining the cause of the problem is necessary to pinpoint the major cause to prioritize in resolving the problem. Say, for example, nasira yung phone mo. Hindi naman automatically agad, di ba? Parang minamartilyo mo agad and concluding na hindi na siya magagamit. No. Anong ginagawa mo? Kapag merong something na hindi nag-work to your phone, first, inaalam mo kung ano yung problema. Bakit hindi siya nag-work? It could be yung button. Okay? Ito ba ay dahil sa screen? Sira kaya yung screen niya? Or yung LED niya? Or baka sa buong system talaga? Depende. So first, you are to identify the problem and what are the possible opportunities that you might use, no, para doon sa problema. Then, considering the problem with a positive outlook, serve as opportunities to do something creative. So, dahil iniisip na pwede pa ni mo maayad ang imo phone, so more likely, talagang ina-identify mo yung problem. People who identify important problems and treat them as opportunities are often among the most successful in their fields. Nakuha? So, first step, identify the problem and opportunities. Second step is to define the goals. Okay, so in defining the goal, of course, you need to carefully define your goals in the problem solution. So, with the cell phone, no? Say, for example, you have identified the problem and the opportunities. Ngayon, ano na ba yung goal na dapat mong gawin? Nalaman mo na yung main problem niya ay dahil doon sa maluwag. Yung kanyang parang click na button sa gilid, your power button, no? So, ano ba yung goal mo? So, your goal is to make your phone work again. Diba? Na maging maayos yung condition niya ulit. So, kailangan ma-define mo yung goal na dapat mong ma-achieve doon sa yung phone. Okay, next. Step 3, explore possible strategies. So, ano ba yung mga pwede mong gawin with the power button para maging, hindi na siya maging maluwag or mag-work na siya. Pag i-click mo siya, ay mag-on na yung phone mo, mag-work na yung phone mo. Okay? So, it could be, lalagyan mo ng papel. Baka kasi sa maluwag lang siya at hindi na nag-join ngayon yung button at saka doon sa main na button, kaya lalagyan mo ng papel. Or it could be, tatanggalin na lang yung button, hahanap ka na lang ng pin. Ano ba yung mga strategies na pwede mong gamitin to achieve your goal and to resolve the problem? Looking back at your goals and finding possible strategies to solve the problem, some strategies in problem solving are very general and apply to almost any problem, whereas there are strategies that are very specific and applicable only to a few limited cases. Okay, there are two main strategies used in problem solving. So, more likely, iba-iba nga kasing strategy na ginagamit. So, heuristic. When we say heuristic, no, ito ay more likely a mental shortcut that works for solving a problem. So, may mga tao kasi na yung gustong madalian na ma-resolve yung problem. Okay? Can lessen the time to solve and can reduce cognitive load. Kaya nga natin na-invento yung technology. Bakit? We used heuristic para mas madali natin. Say, for example, previously, kapag nagpa-plansya ng damit, no? Yung nalagyanan pa ng plansya, nagpapainit pa ng apoy, kailangan magbaga pa yung magpainit ng apoy. Kailangan magbaga pa yung mga charcoal para before tayo makapag-plancha, no? Right? Pero ngayon, in just one click, through technology, imagine that one, mas naging madali na yung ating pagpaplansya. So that is heuristic. Kaya kasi nakaka-invento ng technology kasi there is a problem that needs to be resolved. Okay? Nagkakaroon ng difficulty yung tao na gawin itong isang bagay na to, kaya iniimbento yung technology para mas mapadali yung kanyang trabaho. So that is heuristic. Or it could be algorithm, wherein gumagamit tayo ng step-by-step process or we use a series of steps to resolve the problem. Diba sometimes may panahon na kapag urgent talaga yung problem at kailangan na natin ma-solve, ginagamit natin heuristic, mabilisan. Okay? Then kapag sinabi naman natin algorithm, sometimes we use a step-by-step kapag alam naman natin meron tayong enough na time. Nakuha? So those were the two main strategies used in problem solving. Next, fourth step is anticipate outcomes and act. Of course, once the strategy is selected, the person must anticipate what outcome will likely be. So, kailangan naglo-look forward ka, advanced thinking sa kung ano yung posibleng maging kalalabasan ng pag-resolve mo ng problem while you are doing or acting it out kung ano man yung mga naiplano nyo at naisipin yung mga strategy. So, that is anticipate, looking forward. There is more likely an advanced thinking of the possible outcome while you are resolving the problem. And step 5, look back and learn. Now, upon working out, no, pagkatapos yung maplano, pagkatapos na maisip yung strategy, maisagawa yung plano and yung strategy, now you will evaluate, you will assess kung yung strategy na ginamit ay tama, kung yung process ay tama, itong ginamit ba na strategy na resolve niya ba yung problem or mas pinalala niya yung problem. So look back and learn. The evaluation of the actions or solutions implemented. If the result give the correct answer, then the strategy used is good and effective. If the answer is wrong, then isipin ulit natin saan ba nagkamali na process, saang action, saang strategy. Okay? Realizing the errors committed along the way will make the person understand the mistakes committed, and learning from experience will make the person more careful next time a similar task is given. So look back and learn. So we assess then. Yun na naman, di ba? Kung merong mali or nagkamali yung answer, then babalik ulit tayo sa identifying the problem, diba? And opportunities, so on. Hanggang sa maulit yung cycle. So that is the problem solving cycle. Okay, so here are the barriers to problem solving. First is mental set. What do we mean when we say mental set? The situation when the person becomes fixated on the use of the strategy that previously produced the right solution. But in the new situation, it is not applicable. Okay, so more likely, kapag sinabing mental set, ito daw yung inability of the person to use another strategy. Kumbaga pa, nagiging pareho na lang yung ginagawang strategy kasi nga, iniisip natin na effective naman tong strategy na to. So, ito yung mag-work for this problem. Where in fact, na hindi naman talaga siya nakakatulong. Okay, so mental set. Yung mental natin, yung mind natin is to nakaset na siya dun sa previous na strategy na ginamit na nakakalimutan natin mag-consider or hindi na natin nakakonsider yung ibang strategy na mas pwede natin gamitin to resolve the problem. So that is mental set. Functional fixedness, a phenomenon when individuals fail to recognize that objects can have other purposes. So functional fixedness is when yung ibang objects na pwede sana nating gamitin, no? Para ma-resolve yung problem, hindi natin nakikita na problem solver siya. Say for example, yun nga, wala kang susi sa bahay na lock yung door ninyo. Knowing na yung hairpin is just ito pang hair lang siya talaga, kapag nakita mo siya na hindi nagagamit or hindi mo to pwedeng gamitin sa pintuan kasi pang buhok lang to. So that is what you call functional fixedness. Unable to see other objects as a possible solution in solving the problem. Nakuha? Say for example, I'm not sure ha, pero sa pagkakala ko, si Benjamin Franklin, okay, siya ba yung naka-invento ng energy? So, if you know the story, one day, nung nakita niya yung kidlat, so, anong ginawa niya? Nagpalipad siya ng kite. No? At yung kanyang string na ginamit is somewhat like a conductor of electricity. So, parang thread lang rin siya na ginamit niya for the kite. Then, nung nagpapalipad na siya ng kite, paano niya naman malalaman kung yung lightning ay merong electricity? Gumamit siya ng, simple lang, susi. Key. No? So, since a key is a conductor of electricity, nilagay niya dun sa kite, once na yung key ay naka-receive, no, ng energy or ng electricity from the lightning, ito ay nagta-transfer all along doon sa thread or doon sa string hanggang sa na-discover niya yung electricity from lightning. So, yung susi, akala natin para lang sa pintuan or to unlock yung mga lock na objects. Pwede rin siyang gamitin sa ibang bagay. Another is yung kutsara. Akala natin pangkain lang siya. Pwede rin pala siyang pang-open ng mga tansan or ng mga bottle, right? So, kapag hindi tayo marunong mag-identify o hindi natin nakikita yung objects na possible pala siyang panggamit to resolve a problem, so that is what you call functional fixedness. Fix ka lang, ito kutsara lang to, para lang to sa pagkain, ito hairpin lang to, para lang to sa buhok. So, hindi natin nakikita yung other uses niya, so that is what you call functional fixedness. Failure to distinguish relevant and irrelevant information. So, more likely, kapag sa problema, no, hindi natin nalalaman kung ano ba yung mga information na mas mahalaga nakuha to resolve the problem. Say, for example, nagkaroon ng stain yung damit mo. Okay? Kaya yung problema, pag nakita yun ng nanay mo, alam mong pagagalitan ka. So, nagkakaroon ng failure to distinguish relevant and irrelevant information. Tapos yung pumapasok, imbis na isipin mo yung ano kaya yung pwede kong gamitin, detergent ba to, o Zonrox, or what, para matanggal yung stain. Imbis na yun yung isipin mo, iniisip mo tuloy na, bibili ako ng panibagong damit. Do you think that is relevant to resolve the problem? Okay, kung pwede pa naman na mas gamitin yung other materials na matanggal yung stain, then yun yung gagamitin. So, naging irrelevant na yung information. Nakuha? O ano pa bang ibang problems na hindi natin nakikita or napapansin yung pinakamahalagang information to resolve the problem. So, that is the last barrier to problem solving. Okay, then creativity in problem solving. Kasi nga ito, diba, problem solving and creativity. So, the interaction among aptitude process and the environment by which an individual or group produces a perceptible product that is both novel and useful as defined within a social context. So, more likely, pag nag-resolve tayo ng problem, di ba sometimes na-observe natin yung iba na, ay, ang galing, kakaiba siya mag-solve nitong problem na to. So, that is what you call creativity. Okay, so we have here processes that results creativity. First is fluency, the ability to produce a great number of ideas or problem solutions in short period of time. So, kapag sinabing fluency, no, dahil para siyang fluent or pagiging sanay in solving the problem. Kaya, nagkakaroon ka ng marami na iba't ibang possible na solution for the problem. Bakit? Kasi you are well-oriented, you are aware of that kind of problem, which results to creativity. Bakit siya natawag na creativity? Kasi nga, you are able to produce a great number, iba-iba na yung idea na ginagamit mo to solve the problem. So that is creativity, right? Then, flexibility, the ability to simultaneously propose a variety of approaches to a specific problem. So, simultaneously, sunod-sunod, no? Nagiging flexible ka na nakakaisip ka na ng iba't ibang klaseng approach. So, that is also creativity, right? Being flexible is creative. Nakuha? And third, originality. Of course, diba kapag merong originality, that is creativity. The ability to produce new, original ideas as well as products. Kapag unique, say for example, in an art, diba? Kapag unique yung art niya, that is creativity. Kasi walang ibang nakakaisip ng ganon, right? Same as to problem solving. Kapag merong originality, kakaiba yung pamamaraan niya to resolve the problem, that is what you call creativity in solving a problem. And last, elaboration. Ability to systematize and organize the details of an idea in one's head and carry it out. So, elaboration, na isi-systematize mo or na-organize mo or na-step by step mo siya. The details of an idea in one's head. Okay? So, kapag parang meron siyang fluency, flexibility, wherein hanay na ba? Okay, naka-arrange na siya. No? So, that is what you call creativity then in solving a problem. Systematized and organized way of resolving a problem. Okay, so we also have here creativity process. First is preparation, then to be followed by incubation, then elimination, and of course, verification. Okay, when we say preparation, of course, no, sa lahat naman ng problem solving, we always start with preparing ourselves. The initial stage of the creative process involves becoming passionate about an idea which motivates you to gather the materials. So, more likely, no, with preparation, of course, kapag may problem, we started with iniipon muna natin yung mga possible na mga materials na pwede nating magamit to resolve the problem. Nakuha? Then, incubation. The mind just wanders until an idea takes form. No? So, nag-iisip na tayo ng strategy, tinitipon na natin sa utak natin yung mga possible na ways, the period where the person unconsciously continue to work on the idea. So, while working, no, prepare mo na yung materials, still your mind is working. Pagkatapos ko ma-prepare yung mga materials, ganito yung gagawin ko. Ganito, sunod. Unconsciously, hanggang sa nagiging organized na yung thought. Okay? Yung isip mo kasi patuloy na, ano ba yung susunod? Okay, ito, ganyan. Okay, so that is incubation. Pinagsasama-sama na natin yung mga strategy, materials, na nakuha mo from the preparation. Next is illumination. Sudden idea pops out in the mind of the person. So, while, no, habang nag-organize ka ng idea, may possibility naman, di ba na, biglaan pa rin, may mga naidadagdag pa rin na idea sa iyong isipan. And of course, verification involves working with the idea into a form that can be tested, and once proven, it could be communicated to others. So, upon the preparation, tinitipon mo yung idea, and of course, habang patuloy kang nag-iisip ng idea, patuloy na may nagpa-pop out, which is illumination sa iyong isip on how to resolve the problem, and of course, yung strategy, yung lahat ng prepare mo, yun ay ginagawa mo na into a form. Okay? Ginagawa mo na yung creativity in resolving a problem. Nakuha? So, that is the cycle of creativity. I mean, the process of creativity, not the cycle. Sorry. Okay, so here are the different transfer of learning and problem solving and creativity. First is the near transfer and far transfer. Learners apply their knowledge and skills in situations and contexts that are very close to those in which the learning occurred. When a learner performs a skill in a context very much different from the context it was learned it is for transfer. Okay, so that is what we mean by near transfer and for transfer. So say for example, basically, we learn addition. So we simply 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 3, 5, 5 plus 3, 8. So that is near transfer, right? Agad mo siyang nai-apply sa mga basic na computation. So pag may nagbayad sa'yo ng utang, 50, plus another nagbayad ng utang na 30, so all in all, yung nakuha mo na pera is 80 pesos. So that is near transfer, simply adding, of the amount of money that you received, near transfer. Kapag sinabi namang for transfer, say for example, mas higher na kasi to siya dapat. So more likely, kapag kayong dollar, i-add mo sa peso, so more likely, ilan na yung total ng iyong money. The challenge is that, yung dollar kasi, kailangan mo munang i-convert into peso. So, ito, mas higher na yung level ng pag-transfer of learning, mula sa ating concept or nasa ating isip to real-life situation to resolve a problem. So, that is near transfer and for transfer. Next, positive and negative transfer. Learners can use their prior knowledge or experience in solving a new problem situation. It is positive transfer. Kapag meron ka ng dating alam na concept or skill, tapos i-apply mo siya to solve new problem situation, that is what you call positive transfer. Diba? Katulad ng mga previous nating na-discuss, yung previously known na strategy, dating ginamit mo na strategy, tapos gagamitin mo ulit sa panibagong problema, that is positive transfer. When previous learning or skill obstructs the acquisition of new skill or knowledge, or solving a problem, it is negative transfer. So, kung hindi siya nag-work out, then that is negative transfer. Nakuha? Say for example, sa phone. Previously, ang gamit mo na phone ay, say, Oppo. Right? So, since gumamit ka ng Oppo, alam mo na yung mga features ng Oppo, yung kanyang kung paano siya gamitin, i-change yung mga graphics or i-change yung fonts, So, pag hawak mo ulit ng another phone, which is sabi natin Samsung, hindi naman masyado nagkakalayo yung kanilang mga features. Kaya, kung ano yung pagkakagamit mo sa Oppo na phone, sa kanyang features, kung paano mo gamitin yung phone, ay nagagawa mo pa rin doon sa Samsung. Nakuha? Now, here is negative transfer. Yung features or yung pagkagamit mo sa Oppo, na i-apply mo sa Samsung, pero it is very different with, ano ba yung tawag dito? iPhone. Bakit? Even nga ni pag-transferhin files, diba? Mahirap mag-transfer ng file from Oppo to iPhone. Okay, so that is what you call negative transfer. Kung saan, yung previously na alam mong features ng ibang phone, hindi mo na-apply sa iPhone. Kasi ibang-iba na yung format and features ng iPhone, which is your negative transfer. Nakuha? Kapag kayong previously na strategy na ginamit ay nai-apply sa new problem, that is what you call positive transfer. Kapag hindi siya nag-fit or nag-workout, that is what you call negative transfer. Okay. Third, vertical. Ano yung vertical? And lateral. Sige daw. Pag sinabing vertical, ito ay pag ganito or pag ganito. This is vertical, then lateral. Nakuha? When learners use their learning at a lower level to perform a higher level of cognitive task, sabi nga dito, lower level to perform a higher level of cognitive task, that is what you call vertical transfer. Next, when learners use the same skill to solve a related but different problem of the comparable level of difficulty, after learning it, that is what you call lateral transfer. Now, example for vertical transfer. Say for example, in elementary, ang alam natin, simple addition. Dito sa lower level. Pagdating ng high school, addition of fundamental operation of polynomials. Diba? Addition of polynomials. Nandun pa rin. Pagdating ng college, sabihin natin, addition ng mga function. Okay? So, nandun pa rin yung addition, nga lang, nagtitika higher yung kanyang level of difficulty. So, that is what you call vertical transfer. Ano naman yung lateral? Okay, so, even in science, or kahit na lang sabihin natin sa English. So, nung elementary tayo, simply verb. No? Pag sinabing verb, it is an action word. Run, jump, walk. Pagdating ng high school, meron na siyang kasamang ibang concepts, 'di ba? So, verb, then higher concept na siya. Pagdating ng college, so application na siya into paggamit sa grammar, sa paragraph, okay, and other types of literature. So, titika higher lang iya level, pero the same pa rin nandoon yung verb. Nakuha? Ngayon, kapag sinabing lateral, no, same na level lang siya, pero in different field. Sabihin lang natin, in math, simple addition of numbers. Pagdating sa science, addition of volume naman siya. Nakuha? Pagdating sa economics, nag-iiba rin siya, addition of yung water. Okay? Na kailangan kailangan para sa water needs ng mga tao sa isang community, or di kaya pagdating naman sa English, meron pa rin namang addition, di ba? Say for example, yung mga verb plus ganitong mga pronoun, ganon, di ba? So meron din naman siyang addition in all fields. Ginagamit natin siya, pero sa iba-ibang pamamaraan lang. So addition, lateral siya in a way na addition sa math, addition sa science, addition sa economics, addition sa English, so on so forth. So that is lateral transfer. And last, neutral or zero transfer happens when past learning or prior experience does not enhance or hinder the acquisition of new skill or in the solution of a problem. Yun. Kapag more likely nagkakaroon ng disequilibration. Okay? Kung saan, yung existing knowledge natin, no, nagiging dahilan patuloy siya na makahadlang doon sa bago nating tatanggapin na knowledge. Kumbaga, hindi siya na babalance. Okay? Kasi diba, say for example, may mga concept tayo na nahihirapang intindihin. Bakit? Kasi yung alam ko dati ganito eh. Ganito yung tinuro sa amin dati. Kaya ngayon, yung panibagong knowledge na itinuturo sa iyo, nahihirapan kang i-absorb yun dahil sa previously known na knowledge na naghihinder for you to learn the new knowledge. So that is neutral or zero transfer. Okay. Classroom implications of cognitive learning theories. This is for the whole kabuuan na ng cognitive learning theories. Starting with cognitive development theory, social-cultural, then information processing theory, then problem solving and creativity. Again, kailangan ituro natin sa mga estudyante natin yung problem solving and creativity. Why? We are not only giving them the knowledge and information that they need, but rather we are also preparing them in real life situation. Kasi nga, sabi nga sa 14 learner psychological principles, right? Kapag yung concept is not relevant to their real life situations, then more likely, hindi nila aalamin yung concept na yun. But rather, if they find the concept relevant or mahalaga or ito ba ay nai-apply nila sa real life situations nila, then more likely, nandoon yung motivation to learn. Nakuha? Kaya napakahalaga na ituro natin sa mga bata to develop their problem-solving skills and their creativity in solving a problem. Kaya nga ngayon, yung mga kabataan ngayon, nahihirapan. Say for example, dito, sa module, bakit nahihirapan? Kasi we are not prepared for this one. Pero kung previously, nung high school tayo, nung elementary, tayo ay exposed na in problem solving, in creativity, pagdating sa mga ganitong sitwasyon, baka hindi na tayo ganoon ka nahihirapan. Yes, mahirapan tayo, pero we are equipped and we are ready. Right? Doon sa modular. Kasi nga, na-practice na tayo, na-orient na tayo, at na-expose na tayo sa problem solving. Kaya yun yung challenge for you and for me as future teachers to develop the child's problem-solving skills and creativity skills for them to be equipped in real-life problems. Nakuha? Okay. As students, if they understand the problem, let them separate relevant from irrelevant information. No? So, more likely, kailangan we make sure na naiintindihan ng mga learners yung problema. At, i-guide natin sila na malaman nila kung ano yung mga importanteng information and doon sa mga hindi importanteng information. Encourage attempts to see problem from different angles. So, hindi lang magfo-focus sa isang angle ng problema, but rather, titignan sa iba't ibang pamamaraan, sa iba't ibang angle. Kasi, di ba, kapag ka nagsasolve tayo ng problem, hindi lang sa isang side tayo nakatingin, kundi sa iba't ibang side din. Bakit? Kasi baka yung solution doon sa problema, no, ay makita natin sa ibang side noong problem. Then, let students think. Since we are on cognitive development theories or cognitive learning theories, of course, it is more likely on thinking. Do not just hand them solutions. So, we need to challenge our learners. Kaya, huwag naman natin isipin na kapag binibigyan ng challenging or mahirap na problem set, isip natin pinapahirapan tayo ni teacher. No. We do not simply hand you the solutions, but rather, we are helping you and teaching you how to think. Nakuha? Okay. Then, help students develop systematic ways of considering alternatives. So, that is the reason why hindi namin kayo gustong i-enclose sa isang box. We want you to think not only outside of the box, but we want you to think like there is no box. Same as to in computations in math. We do not limit you to have one uniform solution, but rather, kapag may iba-iba kayong pamamaraan to solve and arriving, kapag logical naman yung inyong process, no, and you are able to arrive at the correct answer, then that is good. Which means that you have developed yung skills, no, or developed systematic ways of considering alternatives in solving the mathematical problem. Nakuha? So, kailangan hindi lang sa isang paraan to resolve the problem or hindi lang isang paraan yung pag-iisip, kundi nag-iisip din ng alternatives. So, here are the recommended strategies in teaching creativity. Accept and encourage divergent thinking. Okay, so, more likely, yung open thinking. Tolerate dissent. Encourage student to trust their judgment. No? Kasi, yung sometimes nangyayari, kapag may mali na siya, isipin natin, ganun na siya. Rather, we give them the opportunity, no? Na sila rin, makita rin ng sarili na hindi naman sila lagi lang nagkakamali, kundi sila rin nagko-commit ng mistake, pero not all the time. Pwede naman silang tama rin sa ibang situation. Okay? Emphasize that everyone is capable of creativity. Nakuha? So, lahat tayo creative in our own special way. Provide time, enough time, space, and materials to support creative projects. Be a stimulus for creative thinking. So, you as a future teacher, ikaw mismo yung steer ng kanilang minds. Ikaw mismo as a teacher, yung magdadrive para sila ay ma-push na mag-isip pa more, maging creative, and capitalize on new technology. So, since nandito na tayo sa era kung saan dependent na tayo sa mga technologies, so kailangan may integration ng technologies. Okay? And finally, that is the end of Chapter 3, Cognitive Learning Theories. Now, let us check your module. So, Lesson 4, last lesson for Chapter 3, Cognitive Learning Theories. So, here is your activity. Again, you are to make a graphic organizer that will summarize all your learnings for problem solving and creativity. Then, you need to define what is problem solving in your own words. What are the elements of problem solving? You discuss, you define it in your own words. Then, discuss the cycle of problem solving. Then, you cite one, real-life situation wherein the cycle is applied. Isa lang na scenario or situation wherein the problem-solving cycle is applied. Okay? What are the transfer of learning in problem-solving? Then define them in your own words. And of course, in express, you are to reflect on the different questions. So, please read the questions carefully. Okay? Then, reflect sa mga questions na provided. For number 6, make a slogan. Alam niyo ba kung anong slogan? To make it sure, slogan, basic na yan. Since elementary pa tayo pinapagawa yan. That will promote problem solving and creativity in the classroom. Then, you are to explain your slogan. So, since this is the last lesson for Chapter 3, kailangan din, please be guided with the learning rubrics for engage and express. Ito yung inyong learning rubric. So, evaluation. Again, ito ay yung multiple choice type of test wherein ito ay situational. You are to choose the best answer. You are to encircle the answer. Pero, di ba meron akong binigay sa inyo na format for your activity sheet or answer sheet? Sorry. So, ganun pa rin yung gagawin ninyo, yung process. Kung ano yung process na ginawa ninyo, yung format na ginamit ninyo for your preliminaries is the same for the midterms. Nakuha? Yung process. Yung format ng answer sheet, ganun pa rin. Okay? So, kapag wala ng explanation na hinihingi, huwag nang mag-explain. Doon lang sa mga items and numbers na kailangan ng explanation. Explain kung bakit yun yung answer na pinili mo. And for the consensus, still you are to work with a partner for the consensus. First, you are to observe children at play. Okay, so mag-observe kayo ng mga bata na naglalaro. Okay, of course, please include documentation. You might take some picture of the children playing. Then, monitor how they interact and co-construct knowledge with their playmates. Okay, make a brief report on how your observations relate to the major concepts of Vygotsky's theory of social-cultural learning. Remember, di ba? Social interaction plays a significant role in learning. So, itong pakikipaglaro ng mga bata sa iba ng mga bata, ano yung nagiging role nito? Paano sila nakikipag-interact sa mga bata para sila ay matuto? At itong observation mo doon sa mga batang naglalaro, paano siya ma-relate doon sa concepts ni Vygotsky sa social-cultural learning? Nakuha? So, you make a brief report. Number 2, read about other theories related to information processing theory. identify their main arguments, similarities, and differences among them. Then you are to make, ito yung pinakagagawin nyo. So magbabasa kayo ng mga articles or theories na related sa IPT. Then gagawa kayo ng summary of what you have gathered. Then share your research finding with your partner. Then do not forget to make conclusions from your reading. So isa summary nyo na. Okay? Then still, with your summary, sa last part is your conclusion. Then, in dealing with millennial and Generation Z learners, give at least 3 classroom or school-based activities that you think would meet the characteristics of these learners. So, mag-iisip kayo ng classroom activities. Activities, say, for example, na mag-fit ha sa mga millennial. Okay, so usually, nagpapagawa si teacher ng drama, then i-record through a video. Bakit? Kasi mas millennials ngayon more on the gadgets na. Right? Or hindi naman kaya magpapa-roleplay kayo. 'Di ba? And other activities that you think is that will cater the needs or meet the characteristics of the millennials today. Yung ibang teacher ginagawa, 'di ba? Sa computer, nagpapagawa sila ng slogan, then ipapapost sa Facebook, then kung sino yung kailangan, may mga magko-comment, may mag-react regarding the slogan. Diba? So, yun yung mga nag-fit sa mga millennial. Bakit? Kasi we are on social media na. Right? So, you think of other activities except from what is stated. Okay? That will meet the characteristics of the millennials or the Generation Z learners. Now, still, if you have clarifications, and I hope na na-discuss ko naman siya na mabuti, na-explain ko naman ng mabuti, no? Yung mga concept. Pero kung may nakaligtaan ako, please do not hesitate to raise your question and your clarification in our group chat. Okay? And the soonest possible na mabasa ko yung questions, mag-reply ako agad. Nakuha? Pero please naman, please bear it in your mind na yung mga na-discuss na natin, hindi na paulit-ulitin na itatanong. Okay? Kasi nagiging redundant na or paulit-ulit na siya. You listen carefully, you read your module, and be guided doon sa mga general direction na provide natin. Nakuha? Okay, pero hindi naman sa sinasabi kong wag na kayo magtanong. What I mean is, what is obvious should not be asked anymore. Nakuha? Okay. So, I do hope na may natutunan ulit kayo sa last topic of cognitive learning theories. And for the next video, we will give emphasis on behavioral learning theories, which is the last chapter that is included for your midterms. So, thank you and have a great day.